Hey everyone, this is Kyle, lead developer for Byte Battle. This is devlog entry number 4, I think. Um, so we have a huge feature update coming out soon. I wanted to do a devlog video to describe what it is and what to expect, and then I'll let everyone know on Discord and Twitter when the feature is live. But before we talk about the new huge feature update, I do want to let everyone know that the mobile app for Android has been accepted by the Google Play Store. So that's super exciting. So we're going to roll out this one new huge new feature that I'll talk about in a minute, and a bunch of tweaks and updates and stuff um, before we submit the next build to the Google Play Store to get reviewed again. Usually it takes a few days for them to review now, which is great. So once we have everything kind of tightened up, we're going to submit a new build and push that one to production. So you can download it from the Google Play Store. So more news on that to come. Super exciting. So the new feature I keep talking about is the community tournaments feature here. So this was a suggestion by a couple folks in Discord. So shout out to Lord Mitch and Dude Man Bro. So they came up with a pretty interesting idea to allow people to create their own tournaments, right? Allow players to create their own tournaments and give stuff away if they want, um, or just to get their own separate sort of communities involved. Let's say, for instance, if you have your own NFT project or something, or you just have a community you want to get people involved and do something fun together. You can create a tournament. You can name it whatever you want. You can specify a prize and all that stuff. And we'll show you how to do that in a second here. But yeah, we just think it's like an interesting way to get people involved in something other than just a random lottery or something. If you're going to give something away. So now you actually have to, like you create a tournament and people have to come play and win the tournament, right, in order to get whatever you're giving away. So you can give away pretty much anything, which is pretty cool. So we set up this thing to be pretty versatile. Anyway, without further ado, let's look at it. So this is the community tournaments tab that opens up here. Right now, there's no tournaments to join because I haven't created one yet. So let's head over to the create tab and create one, right? So anybody who's logged into the game can create their own tournament. You know, you can create or join one day-long tournament and one week-long tournament at a time. So there's two different types of tournaments, right? There's the day long and the week long, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second when we look at the how it works tab down here. But anyway, we can specify a tournament name. So I'll name this one like Pizza Party. I don't know. My Twitter handle already shows up here because I added it in my profile, which we'll look at in a minute too. So we set up the profile, which is cool because you can add your Twitter handle, and that'll appear in other places in the game as well. So people could reach out to you. It's a little bit easier to connect with people playing the game. Um, and you can always just pop open Discord, right? Which will have a separate channel that tracks all of the tournament wins and stuff there. But just in the mobile build, it's a little easier just to to find all this stuff in the game, right? So that's why we added that. So you need to specify your Twitter handle in order to create a tournament, and you also need to specify your Twitter to join a tournament, right? So that just makes things easier for the winner to reach out to the um, host, or the host to reach out to the winner. So we'll talk about that in a minute too. Um, so yeah, we'll specify a prize. We'll make this a day-long tournament, and winner gets a super cool, I don't know, pizza NFT. Sweet. Okay. And then you could choose a prize badge. This one's just says, no prize, just good vibes, right? If you just want to create a tournament, get some people involved or whatever, um, you could say whatever you want here, and just if you want to give away a prize, you don't have to, right? I'm going to be giving away an NFT prize, right? This is just a test, right? But later on, Byte Battle, so we will be giving away NFTs. We'll be giving away whitelist spots and crypto. And so we'll be giving away some cash prizes too. So we'll be doing like a weekly cash prize, but that'll come a little bit later after we roll this feature out, get people using it and having fun and stuff. Um, but anyway, so you could choose like no prize, NFT prize. You could choose a crypto prize, right? You could choose to give away a physical prize if you want. These are just the badges, so people know what to look for. Um, so say for instance, if you want to give away like a limited edition baseball card or something, I don't know, whatever, you could do that. And the winner, you could reach out to them on Twitter if they win, right? Um, you can give away a cash prize, social shout out. Let's say if you have a bunch of followers, maybe that's something attractive to give away to your community or something, right? Whitelist spot. So we'll be doing some whitelist spot giveaways within our community. And if you have your own NFT project, um, let's say I don't know, like CyberKongs or whatever, you want to give away one of those NFTs, or if you have your own crypto project or your own NFT project, you can use Byte as a platform to give stuff away, right? So it's not necessarily just about us, about Byte giving stuff away. It's about everyone. If you want to, get people involved in your own community, right? You can use Byte as a tool basically to give stuff away and have fun doing it, right? So it's just a lot more fun than just like a random number generator or something on Twitter or on Discord or something. So I don't know. We thought this was such a fun idea because this allows anyone to do whatever they want. You can create a tournament, people can get involved, you can give some stuff away, and it makes Byte Battle like it's less about the game and it's more about the sort of functionality, with this particular feature, right? Um, so anyway, if you want to learn more about like how all of this stuff works, you can click on the How It Works button. This gives you kind of a brief rundown about the features, right? So this says you can create a custom tournament and invite your community to compete. Um, you should check your local time zone and create your tournament based on the end times, right? So all of the day matches for any particular day end at 12 a.m., which is midnight Universal Time, right? And all the week-long matches, end on Sundays, every Sunday at midnight Universal Time, right? The reason why we did that is because it's just a little easier on the server to just run through all of the current day matches every day, once a day, and all of the week-long matches on Sundays, and basically, whoever wins the match, it records it in the server, lets the front end of all your all lets the game know who won, right? And it just does that like once per day, and then once every Sunday for the week long matches, right? So it's just easier on the server to do it that way. Later on, we might let you specify a start and end date and time, um, but we'll see how this goes, right? We'll see how people react to this particular feature. Right? So once your tournament is over, if you're the tournament creator, once your tournament is over, you can check the winners tab, which we'll look at in a minute. If you specified a prize, you can reach out to them on Discord or Twitter to set up the delivery of the prize, right? So that's a big point here. So the disclaimer on prizes: if you create a tournament and you offer a prize, you are responsible for coordinating and delivering the prize to the winner. Right? Later on in the future, we might add some smart contract functionality where you can sort of deposit the prize. Let's say if you're giving away a crypto token prize like ERC20 token or like a NFT prize, you can deposit one of those in a sort of escrow contract, and then the server, the game, at the end of your tournament, right, will automatically send that prize from escrow to the winner, right? So that's kind of what we're thinking about doing later on. Obviously, that's not going to work for cash prizes or physical prizes or anything like that, but it'll work for crypto prizes, and this is a Web3 game, so it's something that we're looking at implementing that. But anyway, just for now, this is the easiest way to do this. Is just that we'll basically create the connection between the winner and the host. Like the host is whoever created the tournament, and if there's a prize that the host offered to the winner, um, we'll we'll try to facilitate that connection as much as possible, especially on Discord, and of course you'll have the Twitter um, links there. in the winners tab. So we'll look at that in a minute. Okay, got it. Cool. So let's finish filling this thing out. So I want to choose my NFT prize, right? Day long, got all our stuff set up. We click create, and it'll say tournament created. Later, I want to implement that. It should just go back to the tournaments list, but regardless, it says tournament created, right? And so you go back to your tournaments list, and there it is. So that's our tournament that we created, right? Obviously, it's almost 8 p.m. here in Brooklyn, so I have 27 minutes left of this tournament, right? So rather than it being a full day, it's 27 minutes, right? So that's where this comes. It comes into play where you should. I think what I'll do is I'll add in like a in the create tab here, it should tell you like what time it is in UTC according to your current time zone, right? Um, so if I waited till 8 p.m. and I created this match, it'll last for 24 hours, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. Is that just be mindful of your time zone and whatever just look up UTC time or whatever Universal Time Zone compared to your time, and create your tournament match whenever it makes sense for your time zone. If you don't care, and if you just want to, if you're okay with having a 27-minute long tournament, then create it then. But the game should alert you. So I'll build something in there to tell you like, oh, you only have 27 minutes. Are you sure you want to create it? So anyway, that's coming. So if we look at this card here, it says duration is a day-long tournament. We have 27 minutes left of the tournament. Um, has my name, right? Host name, my Twitter handle, which is Simulation Lab. Has the badge that we chose in the description, and if we click on this leaderboard button, it'll pop up a list of everyone that's currently registered for your tournament, right? So obviously I'm the only one that's in this tournament. Whenever you create a tournament, it automatically adds you to the tournament. Um, you can choose to leave the tournament if you want to. So if I leave the tournament, I go back to the leaderboard. My wins are 0. Um, and if I register again, my wins are 1, right? So anytime you register for a tournament, your wins increment to 1. And if you leave, it just goes back down to 0. Right? And the more people that are in the tournament, those that left the tournament that are 0, those will automatically get filtered out, so they won't show up. But for now, it's just, basically if you're in the tournament, you get a 1. If you're not, you get a 0. And then whenever you play quick matches, right, the quickie matches, so let's say if I go out here, battle, if I hit this quickie button and I join a quick match, if I win that match, then my score increments +1, right? So anytime you win a quick match, if you're registered for any particular tournament, those your wins will basically accumulate here. And so at the end of the tournament, the one with the highest, the player with the highest wins the tournament, right? And then that brings us over to the winners tab, right? So at the end of, so after 25 minutes, hopefully this video doesn't last that long. And at 25 minutes, this will go away, right? And then this card will show up here, right? So under the winners tab here, we have 2 buttons. We have the day winners and the week winners. This should just be day. It's not match. Day winners and week winners, right? So in the day winners, let's see. I created a tournament previously, just as an example to show you. So every time somebody creates or somebody wins one of the day-long tournaments, a new card will show up here. Right. So Wildman won a tournament earlier today. So it's 620. And so we can view the details. So the title of that particular tournament that Wildman won was called Donut War. Right. And so the winner's name is here. The winner's Twitter link is there. So if I click on that, it'll just open up a new tab. You go to, you go to their Twitter. Same thing with the host. So the host is Simulation Lab. That's me, right? And so this is where it becomes handy for the winner to reach out to the host, or the host to reach out to the winner. You can just come to this panel here, and reach out to them if you won, or if your tournament concluded, you can reach out to the winner, right? And it tells you the date won and all that good stuff, right? Um, and then same thing with the week-long matches. So at the end of every week, this list will populate with the winner. Same thing as the day-long matches. Right? Later on, we might uh, implement the ability to register for multiple concurrent matches. Like if you want to join 3 or 4 day-long tournaments or something at one time, um, you might be able to do that in the future. But for now, just for simplicity's sake, you can register for one at a time, 1 day and 1 week long tournament at a time. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the custom tournament. So yeah, like I said, if you play the quick matches, as long as you're registered, for the tournament, as long as it says registered, your score will increment up, and then the server will automatically, um, at the end of the tournament, it'll automatically say that you're the winner, and and then that's it. And then you can reach out to the host to claim your prize, right? One other thing we added was in your player profile. We reorganized this a little bit. We're going to add some more stuff here in the future, but um, we added this ability to add your Twitter handle. So that shows up, and that's going to show up in a different couple places in the game, specifically for the community tournaments. That's why we added that. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's I think we covered everything else. The achievements panel is something that we added, which we covered in the last video. So this is all still current. Before we release the new build to the Google Play Store to get approved, we're going to be nerfing the bots a little bit to make it a little bit easier to win the matches. But we're also going to make it a little harder to accumulate enough XP to unlock all the characters and all the cosmetics, right? Um, that's just because we want it to be more fun to play against the bots when you do play against them, right? Because right now it's just really intense. So we want to nerf those bots a little bit, um, and yeah, and make it a little bit more challenging to unlock a lot of characters, because we had a couple players that have ranked up and found a couple exploits in some of the maps where it's like easy to snipe people and stuff. So we're also making some adjustments to a couple of the maps too. Um, but anyway, that's just to make the game a lot more fun to play and make it a little bit more dynamic in the maps itself. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's I think that's all of the features. I mean, this community tournaments feature has taken an absolutely tremendous amount of work over the past couple weeks to get this working correctly and working right. And there's just a lot of data that has to be kept track of and stuff on the server. Um, yeah, so anyway, I hope that you guys find this feature interesting. We're super excited for it. Super excited to see what kind of stuff that people give away, and to see Byte Battle used almost as like a sort of tool to harbor like an interesting sort of interaction within other communities outside just our little community, right? Um, so yeah, that's really fun, and we hope you guys like it. Anyway, so I'll let everyone know when this feature is live. I'll do a shout out on Twitter, and I'll probably do another little recap video to let everyone know. Um, but anyway, if you like the video, if you like this particular video, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of it. If you have any suggestions to improve these dev blogs, we can always go over the code if you guys are interested in that. Obviously this is the community tournaments code here, and this is just absolutely gigantic, right? I did a rather poor job obfuscating this code, so this is about 700 lines of code in one file. Usually I break things up a little bit more, but anyway, so we can go over how this stuff works in future devlog videos, and I think that'd be kind of interesting um, to sort of like cover how to interact with a backend. We're using PlayFab. It's a great API. It's a great, has a great set of APIs for backend dev for multiplayer games. So we can cover that kind of stuff if you're interested in that, or even just basic sort of tutorials maybe in the future. I know there's a ton of channels covering Unity tutorials and C# and stuff. But if you're interested in this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments section down below. Um, Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Jump in Discord, leave a link down in the description, and catch some more news on there when it comes out, right? All right, thanks everyone. Talk to you later.